What's going on, guys? It's me, Tim, with the Gutter Growth Podcast. Today I got a special guest. I got Mr. Cory Bigham. I like to call him Mr. Bigham. What's going on, brother?
Tim, how we doing today, brother?
Good, man. How you doing?
Oh, man, we've been doing good. We're rocking and rolling. It's busy season for us, so you know how it is. Kicking ass, taking names.
For those that don't know, Cory has custom copper gutters down in Palm Beach County. He does mainly just copper, and me and Cory go way back. He used to work with me at the company that I sold, so we got to work together for a little while, and now you're actually a training coach for Gutter Growth.
It's been a wild ride. It's fun, Tim. It's been great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So doing your custom work to, taking on the responsibility and these contractors and getting it done, man. It's wonderful.
Good deal, man. Cory, I don't even know if I know. How did you even get in the gutter business, and how long have you been in?
Tim, I started 16 years ago. Long story short, let's see. I worked for a GC, Lighthouse Point, Florida. O'Hara built. We were doing remodels. Did that for about 6 years. And then it was a pretty cool story, man. We started working with T-Mobile, doing the revamps when they did the Magenta campaign, 3G, way back.
Okay.
When that localized project finished, and it was either start traveling outside of Florida, staying in hotels for a week at a time, or go back to working local and finding something new, I had a decision to make. And while I was at our apartment back in Boynton by the water, I used to see these trucks come by, Guttersmith.
Oh yeah.
Guttersmith.
They've been a real good company.
Yeah, and Ray had lifted Denali and his wife Sarah. Everybody had nice trucks, nice things, and it seemed like they had a nice operation. Well, anyway, Sarah one day saw me walking my dog and was like, "Hey, what do you do?" And I said, "Well, I'm a contractor. I'm thinking about getting my GC license. This is where I'm at in the process, and this is what I've been doing." And well, she said, "Well, you should come check us out. We have a cool operation over here." And so I said, "You know what?" Talked to my girlfriend at the time, not my wife, and I said, "You know what? I'm gonna go check it out, see what it's about." And so I drove over there. I think 2 days later, I didn't immediately go. I was a little hesitant. I drove over there, filled out the application, hopped on a truck, and we went out to the Bridges. You know the Bridges, Tim, a GL community.
Yep.
And my first day, 2-story house, 600 feet, spike and ferrule, 2-story, get it done. I was so nervous.
That was with Guttersmith, right?
Yeah, that was with Guttersmith. Rest in peace, Ray. He was a great guy.
Yeah, no, he was.
Yeah. So got thrown in as a third man on a crew. Had a great instructor. I actually had 8 good lead men that over 6 years taught me the ins and outs of it. I had 8 different unique characters that taught me their style, and each one was different.
Are you talking about all the main installers there?
Yep, all the main installers. I spent 5 years as a helper, just rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
I made great money. I was fast. I was efficient. I got put on with the top guys. We got to do, $200,000 copper jobs in Palm Beach Island and Wellington horse barns and things. I was like, whoa, this is amazing.
Those guys were some animals, bro. I worked at the Guttersmith for 1 week in Fort Pierce. Yeah. And that was like the fastest production I ever seen. I was with this Honduras guy. He was a tall Honduras guy, but everyone at Guttersmith was beast.
They were focused on production. Sometimes the quality was a little hit or miss, I got to say. They were just we're cranking 600 to 800 foot a day of spike and ferrule. So, yeah, those were man, I remember those days. Anyway, I had an opportunity to join another company as a lead. So I said bye, parted ways. Yep. Started on my journey as a lead with a guy named Jerry way back. That was probably 10 years. Rocked with him for a few years. Went to another company and had a lead position. And eventually, Grant and I went to Texas to form a franchise, one of the brothers franchises. Moved back home and worked for you for a little bit.
Was it Grant that referred you to me? I can't remember.
Actually, no, it's funny. We mentioned that. Jose Diaz, Elite Custom Gutters. The guy who trained me at Guttersmith. Yeah. When I came back to Florida, he needed a lead. I came to work with him. Wasn't as busy as I'd like to have been to keep up with my pace. And I met you on a chop and drop, and I was like, hey man, if you need an extra guy, whenever, because I'm only a couple days there a week. You didn't have that much work. And then you just were like, hey, yeah, come on, let's go. And he said, you know what, might as well go over there. There's more opportunity. And that the rest is.
I used to have that chop and drop company. A lot of people don't know that, but I would drop chop and drops for guys all over Florida. I had but I had the 8-inch half round, I had the 6-inch half round, I had the 6-inch Euro box, the 6-inch standard box, and then the D style was a big seller too on the chop and drop, 7-inch D style. Even the 8-inch, I had the 8-inch K. That was chop and drop sometime. But yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't remember that. So that's how we hooked up.
Yep. The 8-inch K style was fun. We did one pretty cool job in Crystal Point and North Palm Beach, 8-inch. That shopping center with a lift. That was a fun day, buddy. But yeah, man, that's how we met. And then I rocked it with you for a little bit. Company sold, changed hands, people let go. Had an opportunity. A builder of mine said, hey, Cory, you do this so well. You know everybody. You know how to do this. You have everything you need. Why are you working for someone else? And I was like, you know what, man? I've been scared. I just like to just stay in my lane and just do what's comfortable. But I learned to grow, you have to get outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
And man, I took a chance. Tim, man, you've helped me out a lot. Tim, you linked me with Jim Crean.
Yeah. Remember? Yeah. That's who sold you your first rig, isn't it?
Jim sold me my first rig. That rig did us very well. I was really happy.
Jim's a funny guy, man. I've known him for probably 15 years at least.
Yeah.
And
so Jim sells me about 3 to 4 customers a month still.
Yeah, he's smart. He's smart. He's really good at like engineering stuff, and he's a character, man. He's done some really cool stuff. I used to go over to his shop, and because he had a break back then, like 15 years ago, and I didn't have one, so I would just go and do all my splash guards, or he would make collection boxes for me and stuff like that. But yeah, he's been in the game a long time.
It's funny you mentioned that. I bought that brake. Remember?
Did you?
And and the templates for those those collector heads and all that. It's funny. Yeah.
That's an old brake, but knowing Jim, it was probably in great shape.
It's great. Jim and I spoke 2 days ago. Jim's actually going to come to our new shop. We're actually moving into a bigger shop in 2 weeks. I'm excited.
Okay, cool.
We already outgrew the first shop we got.
Is it you got too much material in it, or?
The gutter industry is booming. Investments are flooding into the space. Companies are consolidating. Operations are scaling like never before. And tech is redefining the experience and resetting expectations for the home service industry. But the gutter business has never been treated like the powerhouse industry it actually is. Until now. This is the Gutter Summit, the #1 convention in the business, bringing together the entire industry, all at a, dare I say, elite venue built for connection, growth, and opportunity. Taking place September 23rd through 25th in New Orleans, the Gutter Summit unites the top vendors in the country, investors who are pouring money into the home service space, contractors, operators, manufacturers, service providers, startup founders, and more. Oh, and did I mention fun? Our evening networking experiences will set the bar for what mixing business and lifestyle looks like. Food, fun, high-level connection, and an environment where real relationships are built and deals get done. All of this in one of the most electric cities in the country. Get your tickets now before it's too late, and we'll see you in New Orleans this fall.
Well, I have canoes and kayaks and
nice.
Then scrap pile stuff we tear down. Then there's I try to organize it, Tim. I got the copper pipes on the left with downspouts. I have some shelving for copper and material surplus, hanger surplus, elbow storages from hanging, shelves I built, a 30-foot work table on the right side wall with chop saws to cut shield down, make whatever, and a big fabrication table in the center. It's like 6x6. But we outgrew that real quick. So now we're getting this 100-foot shop right next door. That one's got the bathroom in it and backdoor access to a
nice.
fenced-in yard and all that. A little more.
No shit. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, that'll be really good for you, man.
He's gonna come tune that brake. So it's funny we touched on that.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Did you buy a tune-up kit for it?
I did. He gave me one actually. Come on, this is Jim. You know Jim.
Yeah. He probably had 3 backups.
Yeah. So
no doubt, man. No, that's good. A lot of people don't know, man. You're like pretty much just doing all copper. You want to talk a little bit about the projects you're involved in right now?
Sure. So let's see. Where do I begin? We're blessed. So working for you, I had the opportunity to meet really good contractors. And through everything that happened, I nurtured those relationships. So we're working with about 8 builders on Palm Beach Island. Throughout Jupiter to Boca. The most recent project we start next week is we're going to be removing 569 foot of copper half round.
Nice.
Tile cleaner put an acid on the tile on the roof.
Oh shit!
Now we have some corrosion and reaction throughout the gutter. It's pitted. It's old. It's been a long time coming. So we're going to tear all that down, reuse the hardware we can. Oceanside, we're going to remove hardware and gutter, put up 20 ounce over there, and the right stainless steel screws, because that's a big thing here in Florida, is we can't use 410 or 305 anywhere near the ocean. It's got to be 316. So they didn't use that. So all the core bowls are rusted out. So we're going to have to do some work with that. The builder's going to come in and paint. We're going to add some copper gutter to the additional sections that the builder built. We're going to do some in-wall flashing with some 2x3 drip by the pool area because they're having some calcification from the upper deck that's bleeding through. So we're going to cut that out and rechannel it and do all. It's going to be a fun project. We have like 4 of those coming up, dude. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Did you say you had like a 700 foot one coming up, or?
Well, it's 496 foot of teardown and replacement plus 216 foot of new additional gutter, and then changing out hardware is going to be anything we add to that is going to be a separate work order. So it's going to be done in some stages. It's going to be fun.
We've learned the hard way on that hardware, huh? As far as like the stainless steel screws.
So it's funny you mentioned that. I actually last year learned a pretty tough lesson with that, Tim. Like I said, we're not supposed to use anything other than 316 here. So, I had what I thought was the correct grade stainless steel. We installed a copper gutter, brand new home, downtown Delray on the ocean, right on the beach. I mean, 40, 50 foot off a breaking wave, it seemed. And the wood was new, but the wood was rich in tannin. And I didn't know that, and I didn't know what tannin-rich wood would do. Tannin will accelerate the breakdown of the incorrect metal very fast. So within 90
days... You got an acid in it?
No, the wood had tannin in it.
What is tannin?
I guess tannin is something they soak wood for that helps preserve it and keep it nicer along ocean.
Is that like that beech wood? That beech type wood? You know what I'm talking about?
And I didn't do as much research as I should, but I just know it was a tannin-rich wood.
Okay.
And what they did was, even though we had bonded neoprene stainless steel washers with 305 stainless through the number 10 Berger Brothers into the fascia board, within 90 days, all that was bleeding.
Dude, that's crazy.
Really bad. The builder called me nonetheless. Hey, we got a big problem. So we learned a lesson. We disassembled the system, unsweat the joints, took off the brass clips, took out each piece manually, set it on the ground, removed all the hardware, CLR'd it in a bucket, calcium line rust remover. It's great for something like that. Calcium line rust, scrubbed the fascia, cleaned it, repainted it, reinstalled the hardware, correct screws. It was a learning lesson.
Damn.
2 days. And, that's 2 days of profit. So
yeah, you lost. Well, at least you know now. I mean,
yeah.
Probably almost none of these better guys would know.
Well, they will now because we're going to tell them about it. And hopefully they don't make the same mistake I did. And anywhere else, it would have been okay, probably. If it wasn't directly getting blasted with the salt ions from the beach, it probably would have been okay. The north and the west exposure wasn't as bad, but the east side of the house was literally obliterated and was just bleeding orange. And I was like, whoa.
A lot of those ocean houses, I'm not familiar with wood and I'm not educated on it, but it's like that beach type wood. Like it's looks like it's dried out, but it's not, and it'll last a long time. I'm imagining that a lot of the fascia boards that they're putting on the ocean, they're treating it somehow.
I think you might prefer 𝐂𝐎𝐏𝐄𝐑.
That might be it.
Yeah. Similar to that. That's more of a decorative wood for the soffit underneath. It's not like a structural wood.
You only really see that on the beaches.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's expensive. It's really expensive. But that was a lesson we learned, and it was fun though, because we could smile, we could work through it, and the builder still loves us. We still get more work, but we learned a valuable lesson on that one. So in between that, we also have some aluminum half round going up. We do a fair amount.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Vintage builders here in Palm Beach, they love us. We get to work with them. We just put up a black half round on a beautiful new home on Del Air Golf Course.
Okay.
There's a world famous architect. I'm not familiar with his name, but he's in the back designing water features in the pool with rocks, and it was interesting.
Hell yeah.
There's always cool going on around here, man. We're pretty lucky.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, I always enjoyed the copper type work. I kind of just that's why I started buying all those machines. I just got bored with the K-style stuff. I think the best gutter is a round gutter. It's got a true bottom. It looks better.
Sure.
It's classier.
I like the 8-inch. I have the 6-inch machine now. We have a new Grover 6-inch machine. I like it. Kind of want to get an 8 down here in South Florida.
You should.
The roofs the way they. We've talked about this with the roofs the way they are. You almost, if you're not going up under the cap, or if there's only a 2x, I mean, you really need an 8-inch gutter. So,
yep, you got Augustine now that you can buy them from. Classic gutter systems.
We've spoke. Augustine's just ready to give me. It's
ready to give you one.
They're just not cheap. We'll get there though, one step at a time. We got 2 rigs.
Well, a lot of people have this preconception that 8-inch is huge. I mean, not really, man. It's like the same exact size as a 6-inch K style. Because it's ran off the same 15-inch coil. So I don't feel it's huge. It's just it's wider, less deep, and that width does really great on those barrel tile roofs at that low point because it just shoots out so far.
Yep.
So I think it'd be a good move to do. But you've also been doing a lot of training and going out and teaching people how to solder and do installs and that type of thing. You want to talk a little bit about that, or?
Sure. So we're going on our fourth training. Our fourth training mission, I want to call it. We went to Tennessee. We went to Jacksonville. We went to Tallahassee. And I know Grant's got me set up with the boys, Trevor, and them, I think, in Alabama.
Okay. You got one coming up?
Yep. And then we met with Dustin and we met with Chris. And it's been fun. It's fun, Tim, to get to go see how other people do it. And then it's fun to give a little bit of insight onto maybe some more efficient methods of doing things. Time is money, and the little bit of time you spend doing this and that, wrong or maybe not as efficient as you can, it adds up long term. So
there's so many guys, Cory, that have gotten into this industry that didn't come from. I mean, a lot of guys came from installers, but there's a lot of guys that are just coming into it because it's a good business, and they weren't necessarily installers before they started the business. So a lot of them are trying to figure that out as they go. And you just don't know what you don't know, so there's a lot of value in the systems that someone that can provide that, especially down in South Florida, when you came from a company that can do 700 feet in a day. And people think that's not possible, but I know it is. Those guys are like animals, and they were doing it all with Spike and Farrell back then. I mean, we all were, and so it's not just the marketing, getting more sales and all that is going to make a company productive and profitable, but there's so much profit that's made right there on the installation and the systems that you have in place to where you can accomplish a good amount of work, with not a ton of effort because you're just doing everything efficiently.
Sure. And to touch on that, the efficiency really is everything. And, that's one of the cool parts of being an instructor in the Gutter Growth Program is that we can make these cool videos. We can show people, we can try to help people that maybe didn't have the background, like you said, maybe that bought into it or are just jumping into the game because they see the margins. They know that there's profit in this industry. And we can help streamline that, and that's great. It's a great feeling. So I look forward to doing many more training visits with different companies as we grow and as we get more members, and the opportunity presents itself.
Has it been mostly copper and soldering you've been doing, or has there been like just regular installs too?
So these three have all been copper. Tennessee was copper. That was the copper radius out in the mountains. That was fun with Kingdom Gutters, Josiah and Joey. They're great guys. Chris Spouse was 8-inch copper half round with Storm Solutions, which was great. Then we had Dustin Ledford, who had copper K-style. He wanted to teach us how to do some soldering. That was fun. And then the next one, I'm not sure exactly if it's going to be copper or just basic installation techniques that are going to help speed things up. I think it's copper. I think most of them are copper. You know what I think it is, Tim, is we got a lot of good guys in the industry that jump in. They know what they're doing. They know the basics. And then they get the opportunity to bid on their first large or fairly large copper job. And all of a sudden they're going from maybe a $4,000 job to a $50,000 or $60,000 job.
Yeah.
And there's some hesitation there. Naturally, there's some hesitation because there's the fear of, you could mess something up and you're liable, and the materials aren't cheap to replace, and the house is usually of a higher dollar value. So if something went wrong, your liabilities are a little bit more. But all in all, I think that the program and how allowing us to do this is going to help those people overcome those fears and allow more people to bid on better copper jobs. And really, I would love to see that, because I think a lot more homes should have copper gutters, Tim.
They should, man. Copper's superior.
Copper's superior. It's a superior metal. It's going to last longer. Natural algicide and mildew resistant metal, so it doesn't form the algae ponds in it as easily. It's going to last twice as long. It's funny. I had a lady, we just did a copper job for in Palm Beach Polo Club. She said she wanted copper gutters to put the vibes in her garden with her crystals.
I like that, man. Because she knows that it makes the water electric. Like that's why it's good to have it in a copper cup before we drink,
So she had copper cups as she was out there talking with me. She actually asked about hammered copper wall art with copper shelving and stuff, and I directed her to a fabricator I know for some copper projects. But it's funny, copper had a feng shui and she liked it. She wanted to electrify her yard. But
do you remember that copper inlay we did seamless?
I do, Tim. That was epic. That was a fun day.
That's never been done.
You had the 20-foot boom lift, the 18-inch. Was it 18 or 20-inch coil?
20-inch.
It was 20, yeah. And we torched it. Flo and I torched that on the deck, the raw deck.
Yeah.
Blackened it, water on it, rolled it up, and then we literally formed that into the. That was a great job. That felt great.
Yeah. That's called scorching. And I learned it from I was trying to make a copper fountain, like with little leaves. So I was learning how to make the leaves. And so you had to like get a torch and heat up the copper red hot, and then it's called scorching when you pour the water on it, and it cools it down so fast. And what it does is it makes the copper pliable. So then you can go in there and form it and make it look like a leaf. And so, dude, I was just out there, and the guy called me out there and was like, "I'd like this seamless." I'm like, "How the hell are you gonna do that seamless? There's no way." And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know what? I think I could do this. And it was like an experiment, an expensive experiment, but it worked.
Well, it went well, so that means profit was made, and
yep.
I actually had another job back in there. That was Sailfish Point, one of the most beautiful points of in Bath.
Is that where that was?
Yep, Sailfish Point.
Yeah.
Through that job, I actually met somebody down the street later on that he's a chemist for like all the shampoo companies, and he made all the sodium laurolith and sodium stuff that goes in shampoos. And we ended up doing K-Style around their whole house, right on the point. It was such a beautiful area. Yeah, I remember those.
What does he do at Summer Shampoos?
He was a chemist for what is that name? Like Johnson & Johnson. Something like that.
Oh, yeah. There's big money back there in Sailfish.
Indian guy. Yeah, he was really nice. But you always had good jobs for us, man. You were known. The good contractors knew you. Took care of everything.
Well, you know what I did, man? I took off like all the K-Style pictures on my website, and I'm like, screw all this shit. And I just put all copper and all half round and all like custom shit. And so it appeared like, well, this is the high-end company. And so it got us into a lot of high-end jobs, I think, and that was just kind of my approach to the branding it as a high-end business. I mean, even competitors would say that, I'm not going to say who, but they would say, they do the high-end stuff, we just do the regular, so I positioned it that way. Because perception is everything, and so when you went to my website, that's why you got such a great name, Custom Copper Gutters. Like they know that's what it is, right? Coastal Copper Gutters. Coastal, my bad. But they know that you do copper, you're high end. And so that's why you're loaded with high end. I think it's a great business model. Tom Anthony's does the same thing.
A little bit of a blessing and a curse on that. I agree with you, but I'm getting, as of recently, I was thinking about rebranding in a sense because I get a lot of the, I love the copper market, but I get a lot of do you only do copper? And it's the only way it bites me in the butt a little is I think it scares some people away, but maybe those aren't the people that I necessarily need to be talking to. That's what I tell myself. And I just focus on the ones that do actually just want to do copper.
Yeah. And I mean, if it was me, screw all that K-Style shit.
I hear you. I love doing half round, man. There's just something about external brackets.
Yep.
Whether it be Augustine's, the Augustine's.
He's a prime example of someone who's built a business off of half round.
I know. And he's
prime example. He made up his mind. I love half round. That's it.
Did you see the radial half round?
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah.
44.
I've never done one of those in half round copper. That's pretty cool, man. You got a chance to do that.
It was 30 feet up. It was fun. Yeah. It was hot. And it came out great. Yeah. He loves it. He's a raving fan. It's, it's refreshing. Most of the people who spend money like that, I really don't get much feedback from. They're like, yeah, okay, we had copper gutters on our chateau in Connecticut. Please, we want the same thing. Okay, yeah. Sure, here you go. Thank you, and it's done. All right, maybe leave me a review. This guy calls me and texts me, hey, I just brought my contractor buddy over, and he loves my house, and I got the best house in the neighborhood. I love it. He's like, I pull up in my Maybach, because it's not Maybach. He's like, I pull up in my Maybach, and I see these gutters, and I love it. And I'm just like,
is that how it's really said? Maybach? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's German, so I was saying, hey, man, that's a nice Maybach. And he's like, it's pronounced Maybach. But it's funny. That was a fun one. That was another recent one. That was great.
Yeah.
No,
so it's nice when they appreciate it, and it's gutters, so most of the people don't give a shit. But there's a lot of craftsmanship, especially into the high end and copper stuff. So it's nice when they know.
I think we're at like 300 jobs in now, and I've gotten 100 reviews. Good feedback. Wish it would have been a little bit more, but 100 reviews of positive feedback from people. So I'll take that. 1 in 3 actually give me a good vibe out of it.
That's really good, man. I think the average is like 20% of people will leave a review. So yeah, it's not it. That's probably even high. So I think you're doing great, man. If you get a third of them giving you reviews, that says a lot.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I had some great instructors and some great partners along the way, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we all have, dude. We all have.
Actually, it's funny you were mentioning your old company. I was competing against them the other day.
Yeah, did you win?
I did win.
Nice.
I was $10,000 more than them.
Nice. That says a lot, bro. I remember the last copper job I sold for that company. They paid $8,000 more, and they had 5 bids. So like that's another thing I love about that market is they do consider quality, and they're not just always looking for the cheapest price.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know what's really good is just if you can just take some really good photos and good videos, like you're always preaching to me, is to take cool videos. You know, take a minute to take some video. If you can just do that and show them that, your work tends to speak and sell itself, which I love.
I'm a big fan of video, man. I think that everyone's sleeping on it. It's like the opportunity that we have with free media, because it's literally free. Like it costs us nothing to post on these platforms.
Sure.
You know, we didn't have this power 20 years ago. And so like you'd be foolish not to do a lot of video. You know, I'm planning on for Griswold's this year, I'm gonna hire a video guy. I want him out there 5 days a week, bro. Because I'll have so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have so much content that I could play on for the whole following next year. And,
yeah, there you go. Tell the story. Yeah, that's cool.
And like now with AI and stuff, it's important that we're doing this, that we're posting on YouTube, like is real important. The TikTok's important. Of course, Meta, Instagram, Facebook. But YouTube is really important. Like a lot of people don't realize that Google owns YouTube. And like it's going to do a lot of help on your SEO efforts and even your website being found. And
is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that with the new? Is that what the new Google algorithm changes that were going into effect? Is that's going to be considering now that you?
Are you talking about the LSA thing?
Not the local service ads, but I remember reading that.
Well, there's changes right now with LSA that's getting tied into.
Was it only for that, or is it that they are now going to be recognizing companies that stay consistent across all platforms, posting keywords relevant?
Well, I would say that's maybe Google's probably doing that, but it's not because like my perception of it, I'm not a Google expert. My perception of it is that's how AI behaves now. So like they have Gemini, you know, so probably with Gemini, you know, it's searching everything, I'd imagine. Yeah. I don't know if it's just searching Google, but I do know this, like what changed with LSA is that you're not going to be able to do it. It's like it used to have its own dashboard and stuff. Now it's going to exist in Google AdWords. And the other thing is like where you have repair keywords and you have clean out keywords and you have install keywords. If you put all that stuff together, there's only going to be one price. And so you'll be overpaying on the repairs and the clean outs because it's going to be mixed in with the installs, and you're probably going to be paying a higher price because they're going to treat all the leads the same. And so what's going to have to change as far as how you handle the LSA and stuff is by having its own campaigns. So you'd have to have a separate campaign, and it goes off of a daily budget instead of weekly. So they're changing that. And then you would have to have like your clean out separate from your repairs, and then your repairs separate from your installs. That way you're paying a lower price on the clean outs because it's going to average to one price instead of like it used to be. They had different prices for, you know, and you can mix it together, but it's for some reason it's going to just come up with one base price. And that way you're not overpaying on the clean outs and the repairs by separating it all. So that's going into effect now with the LSA. But like in Florida, you can't really do LSA. So it's also going to depend on what state you're in. Like Florida, you have to have a roof. Well, you'd have to have a roofing license.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Then if you did do it, then if you did do it, now you're competing with like roofing leads. So you're going to be paying $400 or $500 a lead. So it just doesn't. We don't want that. So it doesn't make sense, you know, in this state. But there's other states that it makes sense in. And so I guess that's the changes. I know that, but I don't know, bro. They're changing their algorithms every day. Like same with Facebook and Meta. It's like things are always changing. You kind of try your best to figure it out.
Well, I've been fortunate, man. You know, up until this point, I really haven't put too much into advertising. I tell you, I love Mr. Pipeline. We use Mr. Pipeline for SEO. Keep us ranking local in 5 areas around the top, and that changes week to week. But you know, we did one AdWords campaign. Didn't really like. I actually tried to do it myself, and I got like 40,000.
Oh, don't do that.
No real return. $2,000 that week, really quick. And as a small business owner, I was like, okay, let's let the professionals do this so we know how to do it. But man, we've been lucky, dude. Word of mouth and referral and repeat business from contractors and roofers has just been our bread and butter. I haven't had to put any money into. You know what I did just start doing? Me and the accountant, we were going over it, and we put some money into AI-based lead generation, like Close.ai. I got to tell you, this is great. I don't know if you try it, if you're familiar with it. But this system, basically how it works is that AI messages a mass marketing campaign to people. Hey, are you interested in Christmas lights? The ones that say yes, then a live agent contacts them. Hey, this is Sophie with so and so. We got your inquisition into lights. Are you still looking for Christmas lights?
Absolutely. Is this a text message you're talking about, or how does AI reach out?
I believe AI sends a mass text message thing. Yep.
Okay.
And it works. So we're spending about $400 a week for 15 to 16 leads. The first week we closed.
That's good.
We closed 3,600 the first week out of $400. The second week we were right around $4,000 again. Now I paused. I still have 15 leads left from. I don't know. Give me a lie. I got 15 leads left, and we have all this builder work. But it's a great avenue to check out that.
What is it called?
Close.ai. So
I'll look into it, because where I'm at with Griswold's, like, this is literally where I'm at. If I could find anything that's going to give me leads, I want those leads, bro. I want to buy them. I want every lead that exists.
They're warm leads. I call these people up. Hey, I got your number from Gutter Services and said you're interested in a gutter quote. How can I help you? I'm right into it. Oh yeah, well, we got a new roof and we've been thinking about getting gutters.
Because I'm putting a $15,000 a month AdWords budget up this year. I'm last year was like 3,000 on Meta. I'm thinking about doing 6,000. You know, I even did Home Advisor, Angie's Leads, or whatever you call it. I got, they suck maybe, but if I sell 10%, if I sell 1 out of 10, I'll make 40 grand out of that investment. I did Yelp, and I'm not even big into that, but like literally if I could get any leads out of it. So I'm just at the point to where I want every lead that exists, because I know I have a 55% close rate and I'm going to make money. And especially the Christmas lights, it being a lot of repeat customers, like I'll make money off of them again next year. So I want everything that exists. So I might look into it.
It's a great new lead source. I know you've gotten to a point where you exhaust probably a lot of your local sources. You just have to dump more money for a broader range, or try,
I look at it as different markets. Like someone that I got on that, I probably would have never got on Google Ads.
There's a lot of people that have typed Christmas lights, and then they get to the point where they can either sign up with someone like you or reach out to someone like you, and then they stop. I know I've done stuff for services where I Google it and I do a look at it. Okay, you know what?
You get busy.
Yeah, or they just don't want to make the commitment. And that AI finds them and reaches out. Hey, were you still looking for that? And so when you get that lead, yeah, I know it's pretty smooth. It's definitely pretty smooth. So
it's worth a gamble to me, bro. Like if I put $2,000 in it a month for 3 months during season, like I there's no way I won't sell 2 jobs.
It's $1,600 a month. It's $1,600 a month for 60 leads. Even if you close, 11 or 12 of them. I know we know we'll get back out of that stuff. That's pretty cool. People should check that out. I know all the markets are different, but that's starting to become popular.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, man, there's a lot of things. Like, can you produce? Like you said, you turn it off because you got too much work right now. So I mean, can you produce endless amounts of work? Like, maybe not. So maybe you don't want every single lead, but like if you can produce it and you got a good close rate and your average ticket price makes sense, I'm big on paying for leads. Like however I could get it. As long as that close rate makes the average ticket price make sense and the cost of it.
I didn't want to shut it off. My salesman right now, we have a GC on our payroll, and he holds the licenses for when I need that. He's going to Croatia for a month to start a church.
Oh, really?
So
where's Croatia?
Yeah,
Where's that at?
Over by Macedonia in Europe.
Okay, so it's
here's like Italy over here, and it's like up here in the strait over here is Croatia.
Okay.
Listen,
what is that? Is it is it close to Italy? You said?
Yeah. So if here's like Africa and all that, and the water, the Mediterranean, and like here's the Italy over here, and it's up over here, the island. Anyway, he's going to be going over there to start a church. He wants to start a legacy church, and it's going to be called what is it called? It's a Freedom Men on Fire group. It's a legacy based church, but he wants to get back to his roots. But so he's leaving me for a month. So
is that where he's from?
He's from Macedonia.
Okay.
Like a macadamia nut.
Yeah. His
name is Georgie with a J. He's a great guy. He's also a GC. Builds homes actually up by you. He's based out of Port St. Lucie. Custom built real estate. Nice guy.
Sweet.
So we're pausing for a minute because he's doing a lot of my sales. So there's no point in dumping money into that when I got my hands full on the truck, still running with the guys doing the copper work.
Is he building out in tradition or anything like that, or is it just doing?
No, he actually does a lot of work for Habitat for Humanity, and because he's very, very Christian, very religious. So he's building for the people less fortunate.
I think we did their gutters, or Mother's gutters did.
Yeah, I think you did. You guys did do one project. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah. It's a big
neighbor. Yeah, and which is great. I'm a huge fan of that. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
But but anyway, that's another great lead source. Check it out. You're already rocking and rolling though, man. You're doing great. What are you guys on track for this year? How many new homes are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna start another location, but other than that, I don't know. This local location, I got 245 houses I did last year.
That's amazing, Tim.
I don't really know how many houses I'll do, but I think that like I'm trying to hit. Last year I hit 608,000. I'm trying to hit like maybe between 800 and 900, and I already have all the lights purchased. I don't have to buy a single light for the season.
That's great.
If I do have to buy any lights, that means I put up a hell of a lot of lights. Like I'll probably if I have to buy lights, I'm gonna end up doing $1 million.
That's great, man. That's great.
Four season, brother. So I mean, honestly, like
$1 million in Christmas lights. Tim, who would have thought a couple years ago, right?
I wouldn't have thought. Like Cory, I went back. It was actually on one of my memories, but I had this idea like 9 or 10 years ago. Like I advertised it for Gutter Pros for one of the seasons and never sold a single job. So but I had the idea. So it's just what it was. It was going to Clippa and getting education and seeing how it really should be done and having other people collapse time for me because it's been done before and just learning. And that's like why we got the Gutter Summit. That's why if you're not going to the Gutter Summit, you should be at the Gutter Summit.
You're missing out. Yep. You're missing out. You're missing out, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cory will be there.
I can't wait. I'll be there. I'm going to be.
You're doing some solder training. Is that you?
We're going to be doing a lot more than just solder training this year. We're going to have, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be, I think James Diaz will be there doing some installation. We're going to have Tom Anthony doing some really cool soldering and cutting techniques. I'll be there. I think we're going to have Josh Forbes there.
Yep, we are.
Doing a science table. I believe we're going to have Gutter Guy Josh there, which I'm super stoked because I can learn a lot from him as well.
Yep. It's like the Copper King.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Oh man, one of the things about my wife running a dog daycare some days is. But anyway, we're gonna have a lot of events going on there. It's gonna be super fun. I'm gonna be getting there Tuesday night and staying till about Saturday or Sunday. So you guys got to come check us out. We're gonna have good food, good times, good speakers. It's gonna be a blast.
We got real good food in that area.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be French. It's gonna be great. Atlanta was great, man. We had a great 2 years there. That was really fun. I'm excited to see how Louisiana is. We're going to have the training trailer, the gutter growth built out training trailer. The 6.7 combo is going to be there. The trailer fully built out with the Spartan combo. So that's going to be fun. They're going to be picking up the new machine there as well. So we're going to have some opportunity to get hands-on training, gutters running out, show people how to hand cut. Maybe if they want to get rid of the strip miters or box miters, it's going to be a great opportunity to effectively and efficiently learn how to do that. Yeah.
And even if you don't, even if you still install with strip miters, it's good to know how to hand cut miter, because you're going to get that oddball corner that, you could just get a angle finder, figure out the angle and hand miter it, it comes in handy. Everything's not a 45 and a 22.5.
It's funny you touch on that, man. We had to find one the other day. I had a 133.6 degree miter. And,
is that one of those alligator ones?
Shark tooth.
Was it an outside corner or inside corner?
Inside corner.
Yeah. There was this community called Nettles Island. And I don't know if you've ever been in there. It's in Jensen Beach.
Right.
Their trailers. They're trailers right on the ocean. But dude, every outside corner is like an alligator, dude. It's like the outsides are like this, the insides are like this. It's the most wild
That's
corners.
Funny.
Yeah. So I got pretty good at them because I had to keep. My boss kept sending me in there. Like, fuck, I'm in.
You know how I learned how to do that, man? Is Wade.
Wade taught you. Yeah.
Wade taught me, an OG.
Yeah, I taught Wade a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's funny, man, who you learn things from and what actually sticks. And
Wade taught me the bolt cutter trick.
What, how to pop spikes out?
Yeah,
that's fun. Yeah, we lots of experience with that. A lot of these guys don't know how to do that, bro. I used to get up on a roof. I'd have a pouch full of extra spike and ferrules, the bolt cutters, my 20-ounce hammer, rivet gun, and spike and ferrule, banging everything. And there was nothing worse, Tim, when you had 3/4 of that piece nailed off and you slipped and you dinged the heck out of that face.
I know.
Cut it
yeah.
Try to use the ferrule to push it out and hope it wasn't bad and you could get away with it. Oh,
yeah, these guys don't know, man. These newer guys, like installing was a whole nother ball game back then. All spike and ferrule, and you better not miss. If you miss, like that whole 50, 60, 70 foot piece is trash. Sometimes you could make it. What's that?
Let's talk about roof Indian style, hanging over with a 50-foot piece in one hand, a hammer in the other, setting the spike and banging it in, and hoping to God you were up on that tab end for the first piece. Yeah, that was fun, man. But I'm glad we've changed to hidden hangers now. It makes installing more efficient, easier, and when you need to replace or repair something, you can more effectively and efficiently take it down. So
I resisted it for a long time, switching over. I feel like that company, Guttersmith, never switched over. Were they still doing spike and ferrule when he passed?
No, Ray. Ray before he passed away, Ray had sold, but Ray. Let's see, I want to say 12 years ago we switched to they were Gorilla Clip hangers. Oh God, they were so greasy. I remember getting the greasiest boxes of hangers. You remember that? You pulling them out and your hands are coated in silver gook. Oh,
I hated that. It's better than the OSI caulk though that was all over our arms for years. I loved when I finally switched over to GeoSil.
There's nothing like you're using OSI, and every time you're done and you think you did good, and then you're like, oh wait, how is it all down my arm, my leg, the back of my
then in the shower, like scrubbing your skin off,
all on the ladder. You're like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
It's funny. We actually had to use some OSI yesterday. We did it. Cool.
It's good for some things, man. Like if I had to cut out a splash guard to fit the profile of the gutter, sometimes you got to do that. I'd fill it in with some white. Or if you got wood, you don't want to really, if you're filling in some wood for some reason, the OSI seems better. So it had its things that I liked using it for.
I use, while we're speaking on that now, the same way that you like the texture and consistency of OSI, I don't use GeoSil anymore. Not only is it more volatile VOCs and toxic for the body and repeat touching and, leaking, it's got cancer warnings all over it. But
really? Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so Laser Manufacturing, one of my affiliates and partners, they supply me with Bostic 914. I love it. It's Miami-Dade approved, low VOC, sets underwater it could set underwater in 24 hours, where it pulls I forget how it works chemically, molecularly, but it like pulls the moisture out of the air and expels it. Versus 𝐵𝐔𝐓 has to sit there in a dry environment and bake dry for 24 hours, and it's a little bit harder to set. But it's just like OSI, the consistency of it, versus how 𝐵𝐔𝐓 is it's more resiny. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but
I always liked 𝐂𝐎𝐏𝐿. Great.
Southern Sheet down here supplies it. We use that when we're doing some copper applications, and
because it works with copper because of it's elastic like.
Just use that though, because when the copper patinas, that transformation will break that chemical bond. But when you can't get an iron all the way up a new cedar shake roof under that drip all the way up, that lasts a little bit.
I don't recommend anybody caulk copper.
Copper, no.
Yeah.
No copper. No caulking. Doesn't matter if you put 1, 2, 3 and bang it in and seal. None of that. No, that's not the way we do it. Nope.
No, I mean, dude, you're putting on like luxury, and then you're giving them shit.
You are. That's like using zip screws in the copper. Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
Anything that's custom, man. If it's 10-foot sections, it needs rivets. If it's half round, it needs rivets. I can't stand screws and half round.
So, in working with some of the coolest and best and oldest roofing companies here, I get to sometimes pick their brains. And one of the roofers I work with, they're a 100-year-old roofing company on Palm Beach Island. They do pretty much, them and another company do all the really cool big jobs. But the point is, I have learned, and I'm learning because it's a process and it's not easy, but like some of the nicest work, they don't even use rivets. They cut the angles exactly, and they'll use the little 𝐂𝐎𝐏𝐿 bender along the edge to get the slightest bevel. They'll bring them together. They'll hold it with the tack. They'll take a little piece of solder and get the top lip together and solder and just touch it real quick and hold it. Then they'll pinch the bottom together really nice and just drop a little piece of solder there and touch it.
Have you started doing that yet?
I'm working on it. It's not easy. The trick is that is when you hit the flux in there, and if your iron's too hot and you go work it down, you'll drip it right out the seam.
That makes sense.
Fun. But when you can do it right and you can put them together and sweat it perfectly, it looks so nice.
I bet.
I'll have to put some photos. Yeah, I got some 25-year OGs that are, showing me some things here and there. But they also have specialty made. Who else did this? I think Jim Thomas Wells was mentioning this one at his tour, and when we went upstate that they make custom clamps. They'll modify clamps,
Yeah. So it fits the half round.
Yeah. And then they'll clamp, and they'll work it in sections. So, but
that's got to be hard to do on a corner, bro. I could see it being very hard to do.
It's hard to do when you have 26 of them. One's not hard. It's when you have 26 of them, which is why we started charging for it, man. We charge $100 for every corner we have to solder.
Oh, you have to. Solder's not cheap for one. It takes too much time.
It's like for good Storts and Sons half-pound bars, it's like $12 a bar, maybe 9 to 12. I forget the exact price, but
then you got propane, and then you just got a ton of time in it. You got the flux.
Yeah, it's just time and detail, especially down here in South Florida, Tim. All too well that today was 102.
Was it really? It was 102 today. Damn, bro. I know it was hot when I went out there. I didn't know it was 102.
I was in
West. I ain't working out that shit no more.
Doing a barn. Yeah, a metal roof barn. We had to cut the edge of the metal roof back, and then
it was too long.
It was 6 inches long. So we.
How did you do that? Did you do it with nibblers?
Nibblers.
Yeah.
From both directions. He went that way. I went that way. We had a set line. We marked. We've been doing this so long. We can.
A lot of people don't realize, man. If it's a steel roof and you go cutting it with a saw, it's gonna rust the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's gonna rust. I wanted to. It would have been sweet, but we just take the nibbler, the Malco, love Malco nibblers, and work it up and around and up and around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And but it was 102 on that roof today. So anyway, yes, the soldering of the corners.
Probably hotter than that, man. Those metal roofs, it's reflecting. It's probably reflecting back 110.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's been a wild ride, man. I tell you, I love this. I love this occupation. It's a passion of mine. I like helping people. I've always been a craftsman. We found our niche here in Palm Beach. It takes care of us, and we enjoy what we do. You know, it's just like you enjoy what you do up there. You know, the Gutter Growth team, all the coach, we all enjoy what we do. So this has been fun.
Yep.
But,
Yeah, it's always been Gutter's always been pretty good to me.
Yeah. Seen the old pictures of you, man. You were hanging and banging, and then got your office, and slowly built it up. I talked to Lee the other day.
Yeah.
Said hi to
She's
Lee.
awesome.
Yeah, she's doing great. Yeah, Lee and Bob. Bob sends me these funny memes on Facebook.
Bob wants to sell for Griswold's this year.
Wants to sell Christmas lights. Interesting.
Yeah. He's replacing.
He's crushing it. He hits his quota on roofs that they can produce, and so he, what else can he do?
He's a good salesman. So I was kind of happy that he wanted to do it because I had to get out this year. So it makes it easier because I don't have to train him too much. I just got to train him a little bit.
That's who that post was. That's who's going to be doing it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. I almost, not for nothing, a couple weeks ago, I almost hit him up and was like, hey, I got a surplus of leads. Do you just want to, sell some of these too?
They might.
You never know, man.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get them cranking up real heavy. I've been doing I get a couple estimates right now, so me and him did an estimate on Wednesday. We did like 4 of them a couple Saturdays ago. So I'm just bringing them with me on a few of these that I have until it starts getting busy. And then as soon as late September rolls around, it's all you, Bob. And I'm going to try to give him as many leads as I can. I'll probably give him like 8 a day. Yeah, give him about 8 a day to go do physically.
Bob, some people have a natural ability to talk to people and disarm them and make them feel comfortable, identify the problem and offer a solution without seeming pushy or salesy. And Bob's one of those guys, man.
Yeah.
And he just makes you feel comfortable. And he's been doing this for so long, you can tell he's a professional. And when you ask a question, he can answer it thoroughly and accurately. And, he'd be a great addition to the team. So I'm happy you got that. That's going to be good for you.
He'll probably sell better than me, bro. Yeah, I mean, he probably will. I'm good with that.
Maybe that mark isn't as far away as we think, right?
Yeah. So.
I'm hoping we can, if we can get to the 1 million this year, man.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, you're knocking out these major projects, bro. Not many people have back-to-back copper. You probably do it.
We'll see. Our busy season is just kicking in. My main roofer, 9 or 10 large projects takes them months to do because these are 15,000 square foot roofs, and then they're ready, and then I can come in behind them. So we're going to be getting to that point where it's like, here you go. And it's going to be fun, man. Yeah, it's
nice.
Yeah, all we can do is try to do the best we can and take care of every house, as, like it was our house. Lessons learned,
Yep, that's it. Well, I appreciate you coming on, bro. I think we had some fun on this podcast. If anyone had any installation, questions, or maybe wanted to get you out there and maybe do some training, I know that you do copper and soldering, but you would also, it'd be worth it for the money if your crews aren't really dialed in. Cory could even just get your systems dialed in so these crews are faster. What's the best way for them to get in touch with you, Cory?
Get a hold of me at coastalcoppergutters@gmail.com or through the Gutter Growth Program directly.
Get on me, Grant, probably. We can put you in touch with Cory.
Yep. I'll put my phone number in the comments, and people can just reach out to the business cell. Any questions, I have the time, I'll answer them.
Listen, guys, I don't even talk about it too much on these podcasts, but like if you need help with your business, like come into Gutter Growth. I can identify the bottlenecks that you have in your business, and we can solve some problems. I mean, we're getting people that are coming in that are like literally doubling their business in 6 months. So it's a formula. I try to figure out where you're at with your business. Sometimes there's other problems to where you don't want to just start getting a bunch more leads, but a lot of times it's just like, okay, you're doing $500,000 and I know you're getting 8 leads a week. Like, you want to get to the 1 million mark, like keep that same close rate and let's get you to 25 leads. And, we can reverse engineer that, build some plans, help you grow. If you need any help, don't be afraid to reach out or DM me or apply at guttergrowth.com. So we could get on a Zoom call and I can see if it's a good fit. So appreciate you coming on, Cory.
Thanks for your time, Tim. I'll speak with you soon.
I'll see you, brother.